Time and time again, it seems like video game companies are quickly learning that if you go woke, you go broke. And especially if you put Sweet Baby Inc. with your game, it's going to be bad. It's going to end up bad like Concord. Yeah, we had Concord, a $400 million flop that PlayStation sunk 8 years of investment and time into instead of an online Spider Man multiplayer crash and burn. Well, now there's a game called Unknown 9 coming out. That's the latest in a line of failures from Sweet Baby Inc. And if you look at the trailers that are on YouTube, this is on the PlayStation YouTube account. There's 3.4K dislikes. I'm going to add one here. It's getting absolutely torn. And if you look at the game, there's nothing to write home about. Why is every single woke DEI infected game so ugly, so like unappealing to look at? Like if you're looking at the graphics for this game Unknown 9, this looks like it's a game from the PS3 era, and the gameplay mechanics and everything just look so outdated. Nothing about this game screams fun at all. And it's getting run through the mud immensely. And I think this is going to be the next big failure that we're seeing as far as gaming goes. I don't know what it is with these video game companies. I think sooner or later they're going to learn, don't go this way. Don't use companies like Sweet Baby Inc. to help make your game, I guess, catered to a modern audience, because this modern audience doesn't show up. All right. Concord, like I just said, $400 million plus invested into it. Dustborn couldn't even hit 100 players playing the game in its lifetime. All these studios are going to go bankrupt, guys. They're going to go the way of the dodo and be extinct. And if you look at Unknown Nine's YouTube comments, it is getting wrung through the freaking mud. You can see the first one off the bat. Are we going back in time? This looks like it should have been released for PS3. And that's what I just said. If you're looking at these graphics, it looks horrible. Like, what are these studios doing? A lot of them are raising up money. Like Concord for $400 million. That should have been the most beautiful game in the history of the PlayStation 5. And instead, we had an ugly game with ugly characters. And it was just more worried about pronouns with robots and woke bullshit than actually making something that people could be entertained by. And it looks like Unknown 9 is going to follow in those footsteps. What are these developers worried about? Like, why don't they make video games that appeal visually, to have fun gameplay mechanics, and don't look outdated? And in other comments, you can see JK72288, I can't even read that, says the modern audience will love this. All 23 of them, and that's facts. This modern audience doesn't show up. Concord failed, Dustborn failed, Star Wars Outlaws has fallen short of expectations. It goes into movies and TV shows too. You got Agatha, Acolyte, like everything is just utterly like flopping because this modern audience, this small percentage of offended people and offended vocal minorities that feel like they're oppressed and need representation in videos and video games and movies, TV shows, everything that they consume as far as media goes, they have to feel related to it. They like to me, if I'm playing a video game and I have to feel like I'm relatable to the character I'm playing as, I'm either narcissist or retarded or both. Like, I don't know. You just seen it in Dragon Age also, the new Dragon Age coming out with top surgery scars. There's all of this bullshit that is like not necessary in video games. Oh, well, that's all optional and you don't need to use it. You could just skip it. No, the fact that it's in there is what's fucking annoying and what makes it catered to a modern audience. Like, my brain is not even processing why all these companies cater to this modern audience. And you see, it continues on. People are saying the modern audience will surely love it. This individual says, I got this game for free with my purchase of a new computer. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to waste my time. Isn't it funny that games like this and even Star Wars Outlaws, they're giving the games away free with computers, and still people don't even want them for free. That's facts. Because we know going into games like this, when we hear the words Sweet Baby Inc., we already know it's going to be propaganda, essentially. We already know it's going to be crap because video games are supposed to be fun. Video games are supposed to be entertaining. They're supposed to give us an escape away from our regular lives. And instead, these developers and these teams are more worried about putting political messages for whatever reason. I don't know why they're so hyper focused on the gaming community, but they are. And an unknown 9 is going to be a humongous casualty, guys. Like, this is going to be an utter failure. And if you are sitting here honestly thinking, oh, this looks fun, this looks great, this looks like something that I could sit and sink my teeth into and play for a long period of time, you're lying to yourself. You are absolutely fucking lying to yourself if you think this game looks like it's going to be fun. Sweet Baby Inc. has time and time proven again that everything they touch becomes a woke failure. Now, sure, there was a couple of exceptions in the past, like God of War and Spider-Man 2, but even now, if you look at the PC release of God of War Ragnarok, it has less concurrent players playing on Steam than the God of War remake from 2018. So what does that tell you? It tells you that people see, oh, Sweet Baby Inc. is involved, and they want absolutely nothing to do with it. People will tell you the modern casual gamer doesn't even care about woke and don't know about woke, and they don't care about Sweet Baby Inc. Yeah, they do. They do. That's why this modern audience doesn't show up, because a modern woke audience does not exist. Concord couldn't even get 1,000 people, and it's 2 weeks of launch, and they spent $400 million on that. How did they even think? Let's say, all wokeness aside, if that video game came out, how are they ever going to make up $400 million off of it? That is insane. I don't think GTA took $400 million to make. Like, what are they thinking? Putting that much money into crap that people don't want. And now we're getting Unknown 9 again. We're getting Unknown 9 again. And according to what I've seen, Southern Craig actually said, with his insider who's been on the money with Concord and Star Wars Outlaws, says pre-order info about Unknown 9 Awakening, the action-adventure game linked to Sweet Baby Inc. In their 900 stores, they've seen a total of 42 total pre-orders for this game. That's less than 1/5 as many as Concord. It releases next month. It's DOA. So 1/5 of what Concord had. This game is going to be the next failure. And it's not because, oh, it's a bad game. It's because it's Sweet Baby Inc. And if you think that's not why, if you think it's just a whole bunch of right-wing grifters making up bullshit and fake narratives, and you're triggered over us and you're crying on your little Twitter spaces about Grums and whoever, you're lying to yourself. You are absolutely lying to yourself. This looks terrible. It's going to be terrible. It's going to sell like terrible. You can't honestly sit here and think this looks great. And this is because it's made by Wokey. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you're brand new. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. As always, take care.